Hey guys, you know what time it is. It's Surfshark VPN time. As you know, this VPN allows you to unlock 15 different country libraries by switching your VPN and your geolocation so that nobody restricts your viewing habits.
Yeah, Hulu, BBC, there's tons of international content that you may not have access to, and Surfshark gives you all of it with one click.
And the best part is you could use it on your smartphone, your TV, your computer.
Unlimited devices. Friends and family, get it, share it free. It's freaking awesome, guys. We actually have a code right now for 83% off and 3 extra months for free. So, guys, visit surfshark.deals/angryjoeshow, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Check it out. Hey guys, welcome to our Top Gun Maverick review, a film that comes out decades after the original, and I'll cut right to the chase and just say,
Great job.
great job. This was a fucking excellent film. Wow, I had so much fun. This film, man, made me love fucking fighters again and fucking aviation and dogfighting and just a well-executed film. You would think that, so many years ago, let's see, 1986, holy shit, more than 20 years ago. This is how much? Fucking 30 wow. You would think that they would fuck it up. But this is an example of a film that is, the sequel is better. There's so few of those.
I agree with that.
This sequel is better in every way, and I highly recommend you go out and see Top Gun Maverick. If you like action movies, if you like dogfighting, if you like Tom Cruise, and if you just like, good films. Great. Excellent. I mean, it's like, this is what you would expect if they've waited this long, right? To do the right script. To integrate the ways to integrate all the plot lines and story and the continuation of all the characters that we've seen before, introduction of new characters, and weave it in a way that is satisfying, in a way that creates a lot of tension, in a way that is extremely entertaining to watch, and I was entertained from start to finish. So, well done. That's strike bogey, bogey one. Bonus. I don't fucking know the terms.
I just like
jet fighting.
clueless with that.
But it was fucking awesome. What'd you guys think?
They stuck pretty close to the formula, but this one I felt like they did it better.
Yeah.
You get a lot of the same scenes, but this one was well edited.
Yeah.
I felt like the tension was higher. Just the acting and everything was far superior. Really enjoyed this film.
Yeah, I was super surprised by this because I'm one of the few people that I think the first Top Gun movie is fine. Like, it's important. Like, I really love, like, as a kid watching, you're like, yeah, there's awesome fighter movies. And you watch it in as a grown up, you're like, this movie's not very good.
I haven't seen it. I was hoping to do some homework, rewatch the original.
Saw it over the
didn't
weekend.
Didn't get a
Netflix has
fucking
it.
chance to do.
So
Yeah.
Did you, Joe? You rewatched it, and Alex, you rewatched it.
Yeah, I rewatched it last week, and I don't think it's
Not
fine.
as good.
No, not even close. There's no
Joe?
tension in the first movie because the action scenes cut so quick. They resolve things really quickly.
Yeah. The dog fights.
The characters are so thoroughly unlikable in the first one, where they're just and Maverick's a dick, and like this one, they improved
That's
on
the
That's
machismo.
right. I am dangerous.
You gotta be a little full of yourself to be a fighter pilot. Was the explanation? Okay.
Well, he was doing everything wrong. He's like, this is what
Was
we're
he?
not supposed to do.
Right.
But you're doing a great job at it. So whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think they improved pretty much across the board. It does have tension. It does have good acting. I think that the action is there, and it's a story that, I mean, it's a little silly, but I mean, like, you buy it the entire time.
willing to forgive it,
So it's
yeah.
like there's not one time where like that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It's like it's got the whole package.
I fucking love it, man. Like, everything was going well. Let's see. You get the character stuff. You get the continuation of the story. You get a satisfying conclusion. And, you get all that stuff, and then you get a dogfight at the end, right? And you were thinking, I was thinking, okay, well that's the original. They
Yeah.
just redid the original essentially, but they did it better. But there's actually a little more. So it's not just a dogfight. They tack on an additional. And for a moment there, I was like, oh, are we gonna jump the shark? And I said, no. Even this was executed well, and I was happy to see it because my personal preferences were taken care of in that scene. With a certain thing. So we'll talk about it in spoilers, but goddamn, it is just a fucking great film. So good for Paramount, good for Tom Cruise, good for directed by Joseph Kosinski. We got 3 people that wrote the screenplay, and the story is by Peter Craig and Justin Marks. These people did their homework. They integrated
job.
all the subplots. Everything was working. There's not one time that I was like rolling my eyes or bored. Now, of course, there are tropes, okay? The original is full of tropes. In fact, they created the tropes that we've seen. And this
Hot
one
Shots
kind
is
of...
better.
What's
Hot
that?
Shots is
Hot
better.
Shots is better.
Hot Shots is better than Top Gun.
Than Top Gun. I agree. I agree very strongly. And this one, and I was like, when I think back to that film, I was like, is that Hot Shots or is that Top Gun? There's certain moments, And even Hot Shots is a great parody of this film, too. It could be. So we'll talk about more in spoilers. But so it is tropey. It can be a little sappy. And it's just, what do you expect out of the movie? This movie doesn't subvert your expectations in a way that modern films are just so obsessed with doing. This just feels like a throwback to the times of Top Gun, the fucking 80s action film, 90s action film, and it does it really well. So fuck. I mean, let's get it a little bit more into it. So you guys are obsessed with Jennifer Connelly. So tell me, number one, I don't remember their
She wasn't.
relationship. I remember
She
she was
wasn't.
on his motorcycle, and then they have a scene that Hot Shots parody with the olive.
That wasn't her.
That's not her.
That's not her.
No, that's Charlie. This is a different one. This is like a whole new.
This
person.
is fabricated.
This is
completely
like
made up.
what happened when we didn't see after the 30 years.
So, but
It's made up
Jennifer
character.
Connelly was not in the first one.
No,
Okay, gotcha. So who is she?
we don't know. She's just a new character.
She's just a new.
Really?
character.
I thought that they were like.
And that's why, like, I felt like it fit.
That's why I'm like,
sure,
wait a
why
minute, is
not?
Hot Shots parodying this? This is going to Hot Shots. Okay, cool.
No.
All right. So, what'd you think of that this subplot? Because we have a bit of a love story here.
Yeah, this one I didn't really mind it. It didn't really feel shoehorned in. I was like, it's believable. Sure, why not? It's been 30-something years.
He didn't have a girlfriend in Top Gun.
He did, but
He
it's not
did,
her.
but it wasn't her.
It
was
wasn't
different.
Jennifer Connelly. It
No,
was
and
somebody
it's a
else.
completely different character.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the original love interest is terrible in the first movie, and it's not good. And so this was believable. It's like
Yeah.
these people.
Yeah,
like,
but
I
they
believe-
kept saying, because I haven't seen the movie in so long, they kept saying, "Don't break her heart again. Don't do this again." This was all stuff off screen that we
Off-screen,
never saw.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's what she was saying in the bar. It's like, oh, nice to see you again. I haven't
It's been
seen
3
you.
years.
It's been 3. Mhm.
Okay.
So yeah, after that, there's a couple of things that didn't resonate with me. The goose son story.
Rooster.
The rooster. That's his son. Didn't really click with me, but towards the end, I did like it.
Yeah.
But during the middle, I'm just like, I'll accept it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really like something there for
I'm
me.
with you as well, Joe. I was like, oh, really? We're gonna do okay? The son's mad at him
Yeah.
because it's been all these years and Maverick is still not over it, and No, that makes sense because like this is his best friend. His best friend's dying. It's gonna honor his memory.
But it was
So I
something,
liked it,
something
but-
different though.
Yeah, but at the end, it won me over. It really did win me over.
That and another thing for me was I don't know if it's my cynical side.
Mm-hmm.
There's multiple students there. I wanted more tension, more people to
Don't
be
say it.
expendable.
Don't say it. Okay.
I'm just saying.
You wanted the stakes to be higher and there to be a body count.
Yeah,
because
because there's
more
some people.
of a body
There's
count than
people
what's
that
in the
you don't
film.
remember, right?
No, I don't remember.
Exactly. It's like just kill
I
them all.
don't remember. No, I kind of remember, but I don't remember for the right reasons. I remember for the wrong. We got Fanboy, we got Bob, because when we go to places, and me and Joe, it's like place an order. What's the name? Joe. And then Joe comes up behind me, and they're like, "What's the name?" And Joe goes, Bob. I'm like, Joe. So that's
Avoid
Joe's call
confusion.
sign.
It is.
It's been Joe's call sign, and then Joe leans
like,
over
yeah,
to me and
see,
goes,
it's a
"See,
pretty sweet
it's
name."
it's a pretty sweet call sign." I'm like, Joe, they're naming that because he's generic. He's got nothing else.
Nah.
Anyways, yeah, some of the new team. I looked down for a moment. I was like drinking my beer,
Yep.
or I was getting my pizza, and I turned to Joe. I'm like, we were just in the perspective of Tom Cruise. And then when I look down, I look back up. Now we're in the perspective of this new team, and I was like, "Oh no, please don't!"
I was. The same
was
way.
hoping it'd
I was
have
like,
that-
Hopefully, it doesn't do that.
Yeah, the Expendables 3, or what's the film where they're like, check out this new team, right? But it actually doesn't do that in a way. And the film had several times to do that I kept thinking that it was going to do that.
So it did subvert
And
your
it-
expectations
and it
by
did-
not
okay.
subverting your expectations.
by staying to the classic thing that you would hope would happen, and they stay to that, and it was satisfying is the most that I can say. So goddamn. Yeah, and how did you guys think they handled Iceman? Because this is a legend character from the original film, and obviously Val Kilmer has had recent health problems, and so they still want to integrate him into the film. Were you surprised by that?
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of shocked that they did it in this way. I thought in the trailer, we just get a picture of him. And I was like,
That's what I thought it was gonna
it's just
be.
going to be but, I think they did it really tastefully. It was emotional, and, it was done in a way that, they're not breaking any molds here, but it was it was solidly handled.
It's a solid scene.
Yeah,
You
agreed.
get a little bit more than I thought I would, and at first it's like, oh no, but again they handle it again. So it's
At
like
least they have the little
maybe
banter.
Yeah, maybe all this time and from the original to the sequel has really let. It feels like they went to somebody else and like, hey, check out our script. What do you think? You know what I mean? Script doctored. It's script doctored in ways where at all the moments that you think it could fuck it up, it doesn't fuck it up, and it really does it justice. And then the final thing I'll say before we go to final verdicts is Alex was telling me this before, that if you rewatch the original, there's a lot of quick cuts. You were saying
In the
actual dogfight.
because technology, it was so hard to film things that there's a lot of things going back and forth, and it kind of takes away some of the tension, and then you're like looking all. And
But that's not the case here.
Oh, it's really good here.
It's really good. Like, you see everybody. Like, I was holding my girl's hand, and I was squeezing her hand during some of the moments. Where it's
G's. Going 10G, baby.
and the plot is creative enough that they create a mission that is perfect to create tension. You have to stay low to the ground. It has to be extra dangerous, and if you deviate by any amount, then you are dead. And there's several things that can go wrong, and several things can go wrong, and it's like I think they handled it perfectly with the tension. And here, it pays it off because you're seeing it in all its glory. And, of course, Tom Cruise, actually during the course of his training and everything, this is Tom Cruise. He's in the fucking things. He's doing this. This is Tom loves to do his own stunts. Tom loves to take it serious. He gets a
Yeah.
running scene. There's running Tom.
Can't have Tom without running.
And once again, yet another scene that I'm like, oh, this is going to be bad. This has the potential to be awful. The volleyball shirts off scene. When I saw it in the trailer, I'm like, how are they going to integrate this? That song that plays, like, the Top Gun soundtrack is legendary, by the way. And they start this film perfectly by just going all in with the soundtrack.
Danger zone, baby.
Danger Zone. But they
I love
actually integrated the shirts off scene really well
It's like,
again.
all right,
It has
it's fine.
purpose. It makes sense, and it just feels good, man.
Yeah, this one made more sense than the other one. It's like,
Yeah.
hey,
'Cause the other one made
what
no
are they doing?
sense.
It's like,
It was just
what
like-
was that scene for? This
it
one,
was
we at
sex
least get an
appeal, Joe.
explanation.
Right.
And this one, I was like, okay, all right, that's fine. I'll buy it.
They fucking did everything better. God
They
damn it.
did.
Go out and see Top Gun Maverick. It is an example.
Yes.
It's a Terminator 2. It's a fucking, even though Terminator was really, really good. It's an Aliens 2, even though Aliens is really, really good. It's one of those sequels that is just as good, if not better in many ways, than the original. And in this case, it definitely is, in all of our opinions.
all the ways.
Okay, let's go to final verdicts.
Final verdicts for me, it's going to be a solid 8. It's a solid film. I really like the dogfights. Like I said, it was
Excuse
the little connection between Goose and Rooster didn't really have me in the beginning, but it did towards the end. I wish it would have done something more with the team, the new team.
Yeah.
But this is a great watch.
Okay, what'd you give it?
8. Solid 8.
Let me stop you there because there's one thing I don't want to forget to address. Is in the lead up to this film, in some of the marketing material and trailers, me and Alex noticed that. How do I say this? That it was being. It seems like Chinese influence was over the film because his jacket has been modified to where they take off the Taiwanese flag and they replace it with
Eastern China,
a more generic version. And we were thinking that there was going to be a lot of meddling, right? And upon watching the film, I don't feel any meddling at all, other than the jacket patch that's been changed, which I think is deplorable. Everything should be fucking left alone and original. I don't know if they plan to release this film in China, probably because one other thing is that the nation that they're fighting, I don't know if I missed it. I don't think it's named at all.
No, bad guys.
It's
bad
Just
guys.
say, hey, we gotta go back.
Nation.
Because we gotta get the bad guys.
But I think
They're
it's
the baddies.
supposed to be China, but they can't say it's China. Or maybe, let's see, the enemy fighters are Su-57s, so I'm not sure which countries use Su-57s.
Yeah, everything's like just blacked out. You can't really see anything.
Yeah,
This is
so I was
bad.
like, okay, I guess they want to stay
malicious.
away so that they can appeal to the widest audience possible. I just had to mention that.
No, yeah, it's a solid A for me, and I like what they did with Val Kilmer. It's tasteful. I know his limitations, but
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah.
I think this is a really amazing summer blockbuster movie. I mean, this is the start to the blockbuster season. Nothing in here is risky, right? This is a completely safe,
Yes, that's
paint
what
by numbers almost studio thing. And so many times when we see studios come in and do these paint by numbers things, there's so much meddling and there's so much script doctoring that it goes in the opposite direction where everything feels safe and samey and vanilla. I didn't get that really much at all this film. I think this was super satisfying. I enjoyed most of it. It was more emotional than I thought. It was more tense than I thought. The action was good. The acting was good. A little cheesy, but I think this is great. I think this is a 9 out of 10. It can't get a 10 because this is the safest thing that
It's
pop up.
safe.
But it's
It's-
great, and
yeah.
I cannot recommend any more highly for a summer blockbuster.
I also want to give it a 10, but again, I feel like I can't for some reason. Just know that it has the capability of getting a fucking 10. It's at 9 for me. It's a little sappy, a little tropey, a little cheesy, but I think those elements are actually kind of almost there on purpose since the original is also that way.
Worse.
But here, but in a worse way, yeah. Here, it's in a positive way. And goddamn, I'm going to bring this film up when people say, "Oh, well, sequels can never be better than originals." Actually, Top Gun Maverick. And you know what? I think it's a good ending to the Maverick character. I don't think we need another one. Paramount, don't get ahead of yourself just because.
But it made so much money, Joe.
Just because you hit it out of the park, we don't need a Top Gun geriatric. We don't need a Top Gun. Well, I shouldn't say that because Tom Cruise is killing it. He's got a
Mission
Mission Impossible
Impossible,
coming up,
Dead
part
Reckoning
1,
or something?
part 2. But what I mean is, we don't need to like run it into the fucking ground. With multiple
agreed.
sequels.
It's like, this is great.
This is great, and it's a great way to end it on this note.
Or
I think
if they want to do it another 30 years later with Tom Cruise.
then it would be
I'll
the
watch
Tom
it.
35 years.
I'll watch it.
geriatric, yeah. But yeah, every single character here is really done justice.
Yeah.
Tom gets his running scene. Tom gets his what do you call it? Buzzing the tower.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
What
like
is it
the,
called?
The flyby. Something like that.
It's got a term. Let us know in the comments. Okay, so that's our review. We'll talk spoilers here. There's not much. I mean, it really follows the kind of first film closely. But if you want to hang out with us and talk spoilers, stay tuned. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show.